Karibuni, asanteni kwa kuwa nami. I hope the audio is clear, and I hope I can save this short to be a recording on Kumbukeni, because I would like that for others to come and find it. So I recently watched the movie Wicked, and I am preparing for a weekly Sahel sessions in a few minutes. We're going on at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so as I was watching Wicked, with the lens that I'm using right now, that is a more awakened, more aware, critical thinking lens, I realized that the story is not what it really is. That Elphaba is not wicked. That Glinda is actually the one who's wicked. And so Elphaba is not wicked. She's awakened. Elphaba, the so-called wicked witch of the West, is not born evil. She questions the lies, sees through the illusion of the wonderful Wizard of Oz, as you all see, when she realizes he's a fake, and dares to rebel against a system built on propaganda and exploitation. And then in the same way, African revolutionaries like Thomas Sankara, Patrice Lumumba, Muammar Gaddafi, Amilcar Cabral, and Ibrahim Traore, they see through the illusion of Western aid, democracy, and partnerships. And then because they're exposing that, the West is painting them as villains. Recently, we saw the head, I believe, of AFRICOM, the United States head of AFRICOM, paint Traore as a leader who is selling gold and keeping the wealth from the gold to himself and to the junta, right? The villainizing of the leaders. And so this is what the West does. And so the professor in Wicked, Elphaba's professor in Wicked, and she comes out of the building yelling, the green one is evil, right? The green one is evil. Do not listen to anything that she says to you. So Elphaba has found out about the fake system of Oz and is ready to tell everyone and expose it, and wants nothing to do with it. And because they know this, they prepare the people. They prepare the people by telling them Elphaba is wicked. Do not hear what she tells you. And this is what is done to African revolutionaries. It is told to us that they are wicked. It is told to us that they've done this. They've not paid taxes. They are keeping money to themselves. They are doing this and that. So they are villainized so that we don't listen to what they're saying. Then Glinda, the good witch, is the one who's maintaining the lie. Glinda benefits from the system. She polishes it, sells it, and soothes the people with sparkle. Oh, goodness, I hope that did not disrupt the... And so her goodness is a performance. You all see that. Her goodness is a performance. Just like modern media and Western diplomats who appear to support African nations while undermining them from within. That's who Linda is. She's not the good witch at all. And she represents, for us Africans, she represents Africans and global allies who collaborate with imperialism, silence truth tellers, and gain status by remaining complicit in the lie, right? They are upheld. They're the ones. So Glinda in Wicked, we're told, is the good witch, and they're talking about her as if she's the nice person, but really she's the horrible person. And then the Wizard of Oz as a neo-colonial power. The wizard is a fraud behind a curtain, using smoke mirrors to project fear and awe, right? He manipulates citizens. He manufactures enemies like Elphaba and relies on misinformation to control the narrative. He has no powers, yet the people believe that the wizard has powers and he's the almighty. And oh, you're visiting the wizard and all that, right? Think about the United States. Oh, you're going to the United States? Oh, the United States is the most powerful. But behind the curtain, there's a lot that's happening with the United States that shows that this is a fakery. The United States is not a democracy. People are not being taken care of within the nation itself. So this is exactly how Western empires operate, projecting moral superiority while hiding violent economic exploitation, assassinations, coups, and corporate plunder behind closed doors. For those of you who are just joining, I'm using Wicked, the movie Wicked, as an analogy to show the current imperialist system. Elphaba is hunted because she knows the truth, right? And they're trying to prevent her from going to tell the people the truth. So she becomes a threat when she refuses to be used, right? Because they realize she has the powers that they don't have, and they want to use her to build this army of monkeys that can fly and spy on people. She has already given them wings, and while she's giving them wings, and they're these evil criminals, the professor and the wizard, are so evil and caught up in their evil that they don't realize that they're now exposing themselves to Elphaba, right? Talking about, oh, this will be the greatest spy army. They'll be able to get us information. What's happening in Wicked is that the wizard, the professor, and others who are the elites in the system of Oz are taking away the rights of animals from speaking. In Oz, animals are speaking. You can look at that as Black people having rights, speaking up, right? Being self-sufficient. And so our rights are being taken away. We are being reduced to animal status. You can go back as far as slavery, the enslavement of our people. We're being villainized. And so Elphaba is realizing that she's a part of this happen, and she's like, oh no, you're the bad people, right? She realizes the wizard is the bad people, and she's like, I want nothing to do with this. And now she's turning against them. Because of that, they decide to villainize her. We're looking at our revolutionaries. Because our revolutionaries decide to expose the system, they're villainized. And so she is hunted, right? She doesn't want to work with the wizard. She refuses to lie, and she won't betray those suffering under the regime, the animals that she knows, her professor, the goat, I forget his name, right? She's not going to betray them. African leaders like Sankara refused to pay odious colonial debt, right? Gaddafi pushed for a gold-backed African currency, and Cabral mobilized people for real liberation. For this, they were marked for elimination. Like, to listen to the head of AFRICOM presenting to Congress, and out of his mouth, a Black man, without even, like, no emotion shown, for him to say that Traore is keeping the proceeds from selling gold to himself, like, with a straight face. It's just, it's crazy to me. But this is what's happening. So the masses are tricked until they begin to think. In Wicked, the citizens believe Elphaba is dangerous until pieces, but we're not shown in Wicked, at least the first one, we're not shown the pieces of truth beginning to crack through, right? In the beginning of this one of the citizens asks Glinda, but you were her friend, right? That's where you start seeing the exposing of this fakery of Glinda is the nice one, but you were her friend. Tell us about that. So I'm just saying, sometimes these criminals are telling us, actually all the time, they're telling us who they are, and we think we're just watching a movie. So if you decide to watch Wicked again, for those of you who are listening, look at it beyond the amazement and sparkle of a musical and glitter and princesses and all that nonsense, and see exactly what they're telling us about the system, right? The system is fake. The wizard is fake. He has no powers. And Elphaba has just found out. Elphaba, who has powers? I'm taking Elphaba as us, our revolutionaries, our Black people. And Elphaba has the powers. And she's found out that the wizard is fake. And she is being used for her powers. So now she's like, hell no. I'm exposing you, and I want nothing to do with you. So just a thought. Wicked is not what it seems to be. Asanteni, kwaherini. Have a nice day, y'all. Bye.